Good evening, everyone. Muy buenas noches a todos, and welcome to a very special evening at the Inter-American Development Bank as we come together to honor Hispanic Heritage Month. For those of you who I haven't had the opportunity to meet, I'm Larry Sachs. I lead the External Affairs and Communications Department here at the bank. And as so often the case at the IDB, tonight we're not just celebrating development, we're celebrating the culture that shapes it. The exhibition that you're experiencing, Unseen Threads, surrounds us. Literally, if you look around, it surrounds us with powerful and inspiring works of art from across Latin America and the Caribbean. These pieces reflect identity and the creative bonds that connect our region. But Hispanic culture is not monolithic. It's a rich and evolving tapestry woven through music and food and language and lived experience. At the IDB, we believe that culture has the power to unify, to inspire, to break down barriers brick by brick, brushstroke by brushstroke. And if ever in doubt, treat yourself to an early morning cafecito and arepa while reading Borges and listening to Chavela Vargas. Guaranteed you'll be ready to embrace the world after that. We're extremely honored to be joined tonight by ambassadors and ministers and representatives of civil society and cultural leaders and journalists and a couple of our friends from the Hill, as well as so many others, to celebrate the transformative role of art in Latin America. We're extremely honored and grateful that you're here. Thank you so much. We promise that we're going to keep the program brief so you can return to the exhibit, to the conversation, and of course to that well-earned glass of wine. So to kick our program off in earnest, I hope that you'll join me in giving an extremely warm welcome to the President of the Inter-American Bank, Mr. Ilan Goldfajn.
Well, so nice to see all of you here at the IDB. It's nice to host all of you. We have people from the delegations that come this week, ambassadors, leaders, our staff, our directors. It's a pleasure to open this space for all of you to see not only the IDB, but a little pieces of our art. We are celebrating the Hispanic Heritage Month, but we want to celebrate something deeper. The unique combination of culture, histories, voices of all our countries, our members in Latin America and the Caribbean. Tonight, this is called the Unseen Threads exhibition. We are more than just unveiling the art for you to see. We want to show you what the region is capable of showing, its creativity, its people, its generation, its perspectives. Last year, we started this idea of having a special moment during this week, where we open what we called the IDB Vault and shared. The IDB Vault is all this art that you can find across the corridors, you can find across the rooms, but that we need and would like to share with all of you. So last year we started with that. We had an exhibition, a curated selection, and we show it in one of the places here in Washington. This year, we decided to open our own place here so that you can come and see it in loco where we do. But we also shared with some embassies, and we brought this art to the embassies. So today we are continuing a set of meetings where we bring in Washington D.C. and now some of the leaders to show this art. For us, art has two big meanings. One, we are a development bank. We are a knowledge bank. And we want to stimulate the creative industry. When you buy a piece of art, when you show the piece of art, you create jobs. You stimulate the creativity. You stimulate innovation. You bring communities together. We have the artists, they have their own way of communicating that. So for example, the Venezuelan painter once said, "La pintura es el lenguaje que busca expresar el concepto del mundo." The painting is the language that seeks to express the concept of the world. But what is the concept of the world? It's the artist's concept of the world. And we want to connect all of you to understand what do they believe, what is our region, ways, and what are the opportunities it holds. So the art is a catalyst for development. So Hispanic Heritage Month is a time to honor the roots and the people whose stories and creativity continues to shape the hemisphere. Roots that extend from Spain, Portugal, to Mexico, the Caribbean, Central, South America. It reminds us that the heritage is just not only the history, it's the foundation of a future where creativity, innovation, and collaboration are central to shared prosperity. Values of this institution, of this IDB Group mission. Let me see. I don't have the logo here, but the IDB Group mission, it's going to be somewhere here. So as you may have noticed, we are surrounded by these arts, the works of unseen threads that jewels. Unseen thread celebrates these connections. It highlights a shared experience of exchange, kinship, material exploration, and a deep connection to nature. This exhibition features works by, you probably know some of them at least, Graciela Arias Salazar, Margarita Zuria, Carmen Tigueros, Fanny Sanin, Mercedes Pardo, and many others. So let me close tonight thanking all of you for being here, all of you being with us. Let's remind what connects us. What connects us is the people of the region. The IDB, and I have said it several times, is proud to be the bridge between its people, the bridge between the region and the rest of the world, the bridge between the public and the private, and the bridge between the present and the future. So thank you all very much, and I don't want to be the one that stops you from enjoying the art, the wine, the food. I want to be the bridge for all of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, President Goldfajn, and thank you everybody for joining us tonight. My name is Manuela Reyes. I'm a sector specialist and curator here at the IDB's External Affairs Unit. Today, we have two remarkable guests joining us. One comes from the world of sound and the other through flavors. And they're both connecting through empathy across borders, through sensory and emotional experiences. Our first keynote speaker is a visionary Colombian chef, entrepreneur, and peace advocate. Through his Elcielo restaurant group, he has redefined Colombian cuisine by blending ancestral traditions through innovation and neuroscience. His groundbreaking work has earned 3 Michelin stars across his restaurants. Please join me in welcoming Juan Manuel Barrientos. Our second keynote speaker is an acclaimed Colombian singer, songwriter, and Grammy Award-winning artist, and best known for being the lead voice of the band Bacilos. His music has connected audience across the Americas and songs that celebrate identity, love, and shared roots. His groundbreaking work unites us through the power of music, and he's a true cultural bridge between Latin America and the United States. Please join me in welcoming Jorge Villamizar.
Before we start, if you want to eat some of my food, if you want to eat, I better see you singing, because I just met Jorge. Jorge is a years eater, like me. I'm 42, but he's 55 today. So we are going to sing him his birthday before we start. Cumpleaños feliz, te deseamos a ti. Cumpleaños querido Jorge, cumpleaños a ti. Now can we start?
Muchas gracias. Gracias, querido. Buenísimo.
So today we have here in our audience people across different sectors. We have from the government, business, and cultural field. And in that sense, I'd like to begin with a question for both of you. How can we drive positive change through this cross-collaboration? And can you tell us a little bit about your experiences being cultural leaders?
Well, it's working with art is very interesting. Art is one of the most important expressions of culture, and culture and art are kind of related so intimately that sometimes they seem to be the same. And they are, when we work with this, we're not making screws or glasses or cultivating oranges. We are working with parameters of identity. And in a way, these are sort of like portals and gates that define the boundaries of who we are as individuals and as identities. So it's very strange and very delicate. Not strange, it's delicate and interesting how we can decide what to do with these gates, what to do with these portals, how inclusive to be, how welcoming of other ideas of other people, or how much we want to protect those identities. Culture is, art is very interesting because let's talk about food. Let's say sushi. Sushi is Japanese. It's a very Japanese thing, but we all like sushi. When you express your culture in any of its forms, you are being an individual, and at the same time you're opening a door for others to connect with who we are as identities. So it's interesting. We have to balance. It's like if we're creating a formula, a chemical formula of how much we want to keep of our own and how open do we want to be with the rest. And in that sense, we influence the connection that our cultures have with other cultures.
Thank you so much.
In my case, it's a little bit different because I never realized I was a leader until somebody told me you have to lead and you're leading bad. And I've never seen myself as a good leader for people, never. Actually, right now, I don't think I'm a good leader in my company. I have around 500 collaborators in the company, and I don't think I'm a good leader. But I believe in myself, and I believe in my vision, and I pursue that with grit. And nothing can stop me from achieving something that I put in my mind and in my heart. So I don't know if I'm a good leader or a bad leader, but the people that follow me know that I may never look behind. I will take care of my pack, but I never look behind. I'm always looking the next chapter. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but that brought me here. So I don't think I'm a good leader to be an example of, but I'm always looking what's the next chapter, and always believing that I can achieve it with my team. And if someone wants to get that opportunity to follow that lead, they are on their own. A little bit of times I look back. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's the way I supposedly lead, is that I'm opening that type of mountains, yo abro trocha, and if someone wants to lead that path, it's hard, but that's where I'm opening el camino to seek new horizons.
Amazing. And talking about new horizons, Juan Manuel recently opened, I don't know if everybody's aware, a new restaurant in New York. And with that, he now has 3 restaurants in the USA. And as I mentioned before, 3 Michelin stars, so we're very proud. So how have your experiences constructed this Colombian identity, and how have you built this international audience?
I don't know, again. I'm very bad being here. So I think when you believe in yourself and you truly believe in yourselves, and you are cabeciduro, you don't listen, you don't listen to advice, because you believe so much in yourself that if some advice is telling you you're not gonna achieve that, even the people that love you, and you still believe in yourself, that opens opportunities. So we have issued more than 100 visas to people that are now living here and working here legally in the last 14 years in Elcielo, in the 3 Cielos. We have 2 Cielos in Colombia and 3 Cielos now in the US. So now Elcielo is bigger in the US than in Colombia. I never thought about that. And in the next year, we'll have even more employees here than in Colombia, which I love that, because that's a lot of opportunities for people sending remesas and building more opportunities in their careers and in their personal finance. So I think you have just to believe in yourself and not let anything distract you.
I actually love Elcielo, and I highly recommend it for special occasions. And as you spoiled the surprise very well, but this birthday boy was born in Colombia, but also lived in Ecuador, and then abroad in London, and in the USA, Miami, etc. How this international background has created this understanding of these different experiences living in the USA, but also working with Latin America and the Caribbean, so inspiring your music?
Yeah, I'm not only Colombian. I was born in the Caribbean, in Colombia, but my parents are all Bogotanos and people from the cold weather. We're Highlanders. You're all Latin Americans here, and you know how much one city is different from the next, you know? So since I was little, I realized that, the concept of different cultural identities. Everyone would call me el costeño, which means basically the Caribbean, and that has a connotation of ethnicity and culture that it makes you be different from a Bogotano. Then I moved to Ecuador, and Ecuador is another country. Then I moved to England. Then I moved to the United States. And I had to, I always thought like, what am I? And then who are we? You know, if I realized that a Bogotano is closer to a Quiteño than to a Barranquillero, Monteriano, where I was born, or Valledupar, and someone from Valledupar is way closer to someone from Venezuela than to someone from probably Medellin, and I realized it's all kind of BS. It's a construct that is not really practical, and it really is not very good for us. So when I moved it's really not good for us. I know that most people go like, no, Colombia, yeah, yes, and no. It's bigger than that. And until we see how big it is, we're going to be marginal. Because it's just like if the United States decided to split up in states. And that would definitely not be a good idea. And that's what we've done for the last 200 years. So when I moved to Miami, I decided to reject that. I didn't, on purpose, I didn't include accordion, I didn't include nationalistic elements in my music, and I opened the door to all everyone in Miami, and I created what I thought it would be a Miami sound. I don't know if I succeeded or not, but that was what I wanted. I didn't want to be in a ghetto. I wanted to leave it, to open the doors, and so I think that happened because I was born in the Caribbean, I was raised in Bogota, then I moved to Ecuador, and it is not fortuitous. It was a consequence of my life experience, which was basically try to connect with everyone and try to see the similarities between us and try to understand what Latin America really is.
Jorge, I think that beautiful lady has a cake for you.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you. Did you make that cake?
No, she is.
Okay.
Own.
It's not from your restaurant.
No, it's from here, from the.
Hey, ay, muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
Happy birthday again. Make a wish.
Alone from the IBD. A big check, Ilan.
It's so inspiring to be here on this special occasion and to hear about your inspirations, how you reflect upon your life. I really admire both of you. I did my research, and both of you are, as we say in Colombian slang, luchadores, echados para adelante. You've earned everything. You've worked so hard to be here, and I'm so inspired. And just to wrap up, how can you share a little bit of your experiences with all this background that you've mentioned, and how the creative industries can provide this more connection between ties between US and Latin America? How can we continue strengthening these ties between the fields?
I think the first thing is you have to go to Elcielo. Second is to have these conversations more often, because there's a say, I'm going to say in Spanish, is uno se juega la vida en las conversaciones que tiene y en las que no se atreve a tener. You play your life in the conversations you have and the ones you don't have the courage to have. Either wise, but that's life. So I think when I saw last week that almost 25% of this country's Latin heritage. Last week I saw. So I think we have to have more conversations. I think we have to start understanding different points of view, because we as Latins, we have different points of view we used to have when las elecciones were playing, like tonight. I missed the game tonight. I was invited to El Camerino of La Selección Colombia, and I'm here, just for you to know.
Thank you.
But right now, I think we have to have more conversations, because it's not right or left. It's Latin America. It's kids dying of poverty. It's a lot of drug issues, is a lot of investment that we need, a lot of resources that we have, from mining to energy, to a lot of smart people and entrepreneurs. So I think the way we need to do this is to have more respectful conversations. Whatever the point of view you have, it's okay, but we have to have more conversations. That will build a stronger net worth of a Latin American heritage in this country that will bring back to Latin America a lot of wealth. So I think it's conversations.
Okay, and to continue the conversation, to wrap up, Jorge, do you want to give us some words?
I agree. We have to talk more, and we have to have more of this thing called, like, I don't know if it's a think tank or forums or whatever, but sometimes we're walking blind, and I have this feeling, or the conversation is being handled by people who don't have our best interest. Like the iPhone came out in 2007. When the iPhone came out, digital streaming platforms showed up, and the role of radio and TV started to change and to diminish. And I remember someone from the industry told me, it's the end of Latin music. Who's going to want to listen to Latin music now that at the tip of your fingers you have the best of European and North American music? Who's going to want to listen to those little bands from Latin America? And that was what a lot of people thought when the gates were open and the competition got evened between artists from very rich labels from England and the United States and artists from small labels from Colombia or Central America, etc. And look how interesting what ended up happening. That was 12 years ago or something like that, I remember. And the exact opposite happened. The music in Spanish became, I wouldn't say dominant, but a serious contender to be the most listened music in the world. We have people like Bad Bunny who have made careers that are global and who don't need to speak in any other language but Spanish. Spanish has become a lengua franca, really, of a giant region. I think at some point Italians and Brazilians will have to learn Spanish. And watch out the French. And this is actually happening right now in front of us. And that is the power of our culture. That is the power of what we do. When we just allow ourselves to be ourselves. So I think we are standing in the tip of an iceberg, and if we take ourselves seriously, we have conversations, we're conscious, we are present and appreciative of who we are, we will have a very interesting future. Se acabó. Ya.
Time's over.
Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, well, thank you so much for those insights. We definitely have a lot more to continue to talk about during this evening, and I would love to now extend the invitation for this night to continue digesting all this information and these reflections, how we can create a more sustainable future through the creativity and culture industries. And last but not least, I invite you all to view our exhibition, Unseen Threads. So you can see the exhibition here at the atrium, but also in our gallery, IDB's Art Lab Gallery. And also please enjoy our culinary, delicious creations by Elcielo restaurants and our chefs in-house. And thank you so much for being here. Muchas gracias.